Hello and welcome back to Oxygen Not Included. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful day because here at the Nerdosoft Space Program, things are going pretty well. I have to be honest, they're going better than expected. So much so that I'm going to give everybody a job. I'm going to tell everybody that they need to start digging. Because I want to clear all of that space. Every bit of it needs to be cleared. Then I want to put some tiles down. And then I want to put more tiles. Not like that. We'll fix that in a second. I want to put more tiles down like this. And then I want to put tiles in the walls. And I want to put more tiles in the walls. Then I want more tiles up there. And then even more tiles in the walls. And the same down here. And all along the floor. And basically, we're going to make this place nice and fancy. We're going to make it better than it's ever been. And that's how we roll. We make things better than they've ever been. We're going to leave a gap there. We're going to leave a gap there. And we're going to leave a gap there. Because that's where some ladders are going to be going. We can actually go ahead and get the ladders in there, even though apparently we don't have the resources. Why do we not have the resources? What do you mean we don't have the resource? Hold on a minute. Hold on. Missing raw minerals. We don't have raw minerals. Is this what you're telling me? You're telling me we don't have the raw minerals needed to make ladders. I find that really hard to believe. I feel like that's a lie. We can make a pneumatic door, but we can't make a ladder. I find that challenging to believe, but I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. Let's go ahead and up the priority of this so that can all be mined out nice and quickly. That should get us some raw minerals, which will let me make a ladder. We do have raw... No, we don't have any raw... Why do we not have raw minerals? I feel like that's not accurate. And I feel like the fact that we seem to be there we go. Right, so ladders go in there. A ladder goes in there. And a ladder goes in there. And that'll be good. Once the research is done, with 4 more bits of novice research, we can get the gas permeable tiles, which are going to go above the algae deoxidizers to let oxygen flow up through the floors here, which will be beautiful stuff. We should probably also go ahead and prioritize the construction of these ladders to get those done nice and quickly. So prioritize that. Prioritize that. Maybe also prioritize some of that stuff along there as well, just to get it all done nice and quickly. So there we go. Also prioritize this and that along there too, and some of the walls, and you know what? Just prioritize the whole thing. Just not everything, really. Just get it all done. Quick as you can, please. I want this place to look good. Oh god, sand is going to be falling from the ceiling though. There's going to be a lot of sand falling from that ceiling. We're also probably going to want to get separate rooms for a lot of things. I should probably mention, there is a reason I'm doing all of this. I'm not just doing this because I kind of feel like it. I want to give myself separate spaces for everything that we're doing. So I want to have, like, space for outhouses, or later on, what can we get? What do you mean we can't? Why can't we get anything here? Raw minerals. I find it really difficult to believe that we don't have raw minerals. I really do. Like, where has all that stuff gone? I honestly don't know. We'll not worry about it too much. The point is, eventually, we probably want to get ourselves, like, fancy toilets or something. Eventually. That is probably a thing that's worth getting. And when we get the fancy toilets, I'd like to put them in, like, their own room. Eventually, I'd like to move all of the beds up into a space up here, for example. I want to move power production into this space. I've got some ideas. That's what I'm getting at. I've got some ideas. I think they're good ideas. We're going to find out if they are actually good ideas. But I think they're good ideas. And that's all that matters, really. As long as I think they're fine, then, you know, you guys can scream at me in the comments if they're not. And because I don't respond to them immediately, people can be like, hey, you don't read the comments anymore, do you? And I can be like, well, I didn't read that one. And we'll get into one of those fights that we often get into. Not that we get into fights often. I just like to poke fun at the people that think I never, ever in my life read YouTube comments. I don't read them as much as I used to, but we'll not get into that because that's a story for another day. Anyway, let's get... where did that come from? Those were feelings that were buried deep, apparently. Let's get all of this work done as quick as we can. We are gonna need to make sure that we get this construction done quickly, because we aren't generating oxygen for the time that we're doing all this construction and all of this mining. But once it's done, I think we'll be okay. Once it's done, I think we'll be all right. We just gotta get all this done first. All the tiles are going in down here, which is good stuff, because it's going to make the place just a little bit more appealing, I think. I don't know if it actually does make it more appealing, but I have to imagine that it makes it just a little bit nicer to be in when the walls aren't literally made of dirt. I have to imagine that helps. I mean, I'll be honest, it would help me if the walls weren't made of dirt. For example, in my studio, the walls aren't made of dirt, and I quite like it. So I have to imagine that when you're on a mysterious terrestrial body underground, having the walls be made of anything but dirt is probably nice. It's probably a nice thing. I do realize, though, we actually do need to get more algae. So I'm going to go ahead and say that we want to remove that. And remove that. And also maybe cancel that. Because we're going to want to get a ladder that goes up into those spaces, because we do need to mine out some of the algae there. So we'll keep that all going up like that. I wasn't really planning on adding a 4th floor to all of this, so this isn't necessarily going to be a 4th floor. Eventually, we might seal this up. But I would like to say that we want to mine out just pretty much all of this across here. Maybe not up to that point. Maybe we just mine up to that point so that this doesn't break through anything there. Because I recently discovered in a game that I wasn't recording that this water can break through. It can break things next to it if it's not really well supported. So I'd rather it didn't do that. So we're not going to be playing with contaminated water anytime soon, because that stuff can be dangerous, and I'd really rather not. Oh, we just got another room for another duplicant. Let's see. We've got Olive, Nadia, and Rosalind. You have an irritable bowel. You are anemic, and you're a mouth breather. I don't want someone consuming more oxygen. You aren't athletic, and you will be pooping a lot more. You're good at digging, though. You're good at... You know what? We're going to go with Nadia. We'll go with Nadia. That's fine. Welcome, Nadia, to wherever we are. Welcome to Jurassic Park. It's like... This is like Jurassic Park, but literally not at all. Basically, that's what I'm getting at here. Someone's suffocating. Who is suffocating? Who... Horatio is suffocating. Horatio's there. I feel like he's not suffocating any... Oh, he is suffocating because there's no oxygen there. Okay. I feel like it might be a good idea to deconstruct that. Like, really quickly, because that'll let oxygen in there. There you go, guys. Bit of oxygen coming into you. Can I get you guys to, like, get out of there? Can I get you to move to there? Can I get you to move to there? Can I get you to move to, like, there? And you're fine, Woodrow. Horatio is about to drop dead because he's not moving. Horatio, literally, I need you to go there. I think he might be okay. I think they're just about getting oxygen at this point. But this is really dangerous, what's going on here. Like, really dangerous. Yeah, he's fine. Just about. That's really, really dangerous. And now they're... Oh my god. One of them just wet themselves. Please don't fall asleep in that corner. That's literally the last thing we need you to do. That's disgusting. That's just really unpleasant that one of them wet themselves right there. Can we just mop that up, please, nice and quickly? Because that needs to be done. Who is that? Who was it? Wet themselves and fell asleep in it? Because it was definitely one of them. One of them wet themselves and briefly fell asleep in it. Either way, it's all being cleaned up now, which is fine, but I'm still not entirely okay with it. Like, really, really not entirely okay with that. Either way, oxygen seems to be flowing into these areas quite nicely. We did just get the gas piping thing. Let's go straight into something like... We could go fine dining, which will get us a cooking station, fertilizer maker, and refrigerator. But I'm actually eyeing up something like the air deodorizer, which will reduce the threat of disease by filtering contaminated oxygen out of the air. So I want to go for this, which does mean that we actually need liquid piping first. So we'll just go for that. Because I think that'll queue things up because it has selected both. We do need to get intermediary research though, so we are going to need to get a better researching station, which we can absolutely do. Let's just go ahead and get all this digging sorted here because we haven't actually got everything being dug out just yet. Just all of that, please. Let me bring up the priority of all of that as well. Because that does desperately need to be done. Get that done as well. Get these ladders done over here. And that'll be fine. I would like them to start sweeping up the floors around here. Just like so, because there is a lot of stuff just lying around there that I'm not a fan of. So hopefully that can all be sorted at one point. And I think what we'll do... Oh, we have new base things. What have we got? Oh yeah, the gas permeable things. Let's throw those in here. So that one goes there, that one goes there, that one goes there, and there. And these ones can go up here as well, even though there's not really any need for oxygen to go up there just yet. I'd also like some over here as well, just to help with the flow of things. And what I'm going to do is go and say, I want a tile there, and I want a tile there. I want some pneumatic doors there and there. And I want storage containers in all of that space. So that'll be fine. We'll get those done. Should be good when we get a moment to actually do it. Which will hopefully be soon enough. Everybody's coming down to start working on things, which is kind of nice. We have got some storage going ahead there. Can I maybe get them to prioritize the construction over here? Because I feel like that'd be good. I feel like getting this all sorted would be really, really nice. Along with the gas, the permeable tiles. They seem like a really good idea as well. Just so oxygen can flow through really, really nicely. Because oxygen generation at the moment, definitely not ideal. Definitely not where it needs to be. So I do want to fix that. I want to make sure that everybody can breathe. Because that's usually good. That's usually a nice thing. When people can breathe and when they don't suffocate. So hopefully we'll get that done. I mean, we could add more of the algae things in here. But I'm also sort of feeling like... that's not what I want to do. I'm sort of feeling like what might be a good idea is saying, hey, you can throw, you know, sweep-only stuff into some of these. Like maybe 3 of them have sweep-only stuff. Whatever that means. And then this one can be like all, and this one can be all, this one's going to be all, and this one's going to be all. So that's going to be some storage. These are going to be deconstructed, which is totally fine. And hopefully we'll get stuff moved into those relatively quickly. What we can also do is go ahead and say that we want to move some furniture. So we're going to say that the cots are all going to go up here. Not quite like that, though. Those two need to be cancelled. So that one's going to be cancelled, that one's going to be cancelled. We're just going to have a bunch of cots up here. And we can say that a tile goes there, and a tile goes there. With some pneumatic doors there and there. And that should be totally fine. Electricity production and research are going to go onto this floor here. Oxygen production still going to go down here. I think the toilets can maybe go over here. Or maybe into this space. Wouldn't be the worst place in the world for it. Let's see. If we go to plumbing, we have got the outhouse. So let's throw an outhouse just there. And let's throw an outhouse just there. And there as well. And that should be fine. That's probably really inefficient. That's probably not the ideal way to set those up. But I'll be honest, not particularly worried at the moment. Not particularly worried. I'm still learning this whole thing, so you'll have to forgive me for not caring as much as I possibly should. That's just the way this is going to be for a while. It took me a while to get used to games like RimWorld or City Skylines or whatever. So it's going to take me a little while to get used to this. That's just the way it is. Now you guys are slowly working on things, which is good. What happened here? Why is that not there? It seems really strange that that tile was never put in. That's definitely weird. Either way, these are being constructed over here, which means I can go and say that we don't want that outhouse anymore, and we probably don't want that one either. So we'll get those deconstructed. The cots are going in, which is beautiful news. It means we can go and deconstruct the old ones down here. And just get those out of here nice and quickly. Then if we head upstairs, we can say Stacy, and Birdie, and Jasper, and Woodrow, Horatio, and Nadia. Now you all have beds, and we have room for 4 more people just there. Which I think is pretty good. As long as they're not a loud sleeper, we're totally fine. So hopefully we don't get any loud sleepers. Let me also sweep this floor, because there's a lot of stuff down here that really does need to be moved. If we can get all that out of here, we should be okay. Like, look how much... Oh, wow. Look how much nasty gas is gathering over here. I think I want to put a gas-permeable tile just there. And we can possibly create a space where that gas is going to get stuck. Eventually, we can totally filter that out of there, but for the time being, I think we'll just try and filter the gas out of there through different means, such as creating a permeable tile where the gas can go. Now, let's see. Let's, number one, make sure that sweeping is actually being done all over this place. So just all in there needs everything to be swept up. This thing is fine. It's still doing all right. But I do want to move power generation up to here. So we're going to go to power. We're going to go to manual generator. And we're going to say that it is going to go there and there. And then what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go to stations and supercomputer just there with a research station just there. And that'll be fine. We can maybe throw some batteries in there. I don't think that'd be a terrible idea to get a bunch of batteries just like that. And we can also throw things like... We could put furniture in, but I don't think I want to do that. I am tempted by the moving the food production up here, but I think it's probably fine down there where it is. So all that's going to get made. We are obviously going to need to run power. So electrical wire just needs to go the whole way across there. Then we also need to run electrical wire down through... We can actually run it through the walls, so I think that's actually what I'm going to do. So I'm going to run... Oh, you know what would have made more sense? Hold on, cancel for a second. Let me cancel just everything there, which is a bit of a pain because I really only wanted to cancel the electrical wire, but that'll be fine. What we're going to do is put a manual generator there and there. The batteries are going to go there. The research station, obviously there. The supercomputer there. Then the power cables are going to go like this. So they're not actually going to be completely visible, which I think is absolutely the way to do it, because you can totally hide it in the tiles. Oh, this is going to look excellent. You're not actually going to see the power cables. So they're going to go around like that. They're going to go through the tiles. They're going to come down like this. They aren't going to be connected to anything here, except for the oxygen generator. So it's going to go there. It's going to go there. We're going to move that all along there. And we're going to say we want to deconstruct everything except for the oxygen generators. And also the food production, I suppose. So deconstruct all of that. Deconstruct those. And then we go to electrical wire and we run that up to there. And that should be fine. That's going to be beautiful. Oh, that's going to look so much better. I'm really happy with this. Let me up the priority of all of that because that is going to be a lot of work that does need to be done relatively quickly. So there we go. Let's run things and see what happens. Obviously, the batteries need to go. A lot of the cables need to go. Deconstruction's obviously quicker than construction because it is just tearing something apart. But this should be good. I think. I think this is a good idea. I think moving the production of electricity to be above the oxygen generation is a good idea. I'd also really like to up the priority on this thing so we can get those gases out of there. Possibly, actually, you know what? It's probably an idea to not do that. Lower the priority on that for a second and up the priority on the mining of all of this. Maybe up that, maybe not to 9, but maybe to like 8. So that'll get done after everything else, then that'll get done. So yeah, that'll be fine. This will all get done first, then this, then that thing. So that should be fine. That should be totally, totally fine. I'm excited for this. I'm really, really excited for this. As you can see, the power lines are built, but they're not actually... they're not visible. Which is absolutely perfect. That's exactly what I want to be seeing. Now let's have a look here. We are going to want to select research. We want to go for this. So we'll get that done. We don't have fabrications queued, apparently. I guess that's fair to say. Don't know why we haven't got those queued. I guess it's because we don't have electricity. That's probably fair enough, because everybody is off doing everything else. Oh, we have another one ready to go. Another duplicant. Nori, Will, or Otto. Otto can't dig. You're a mouth breather, and you also can't dig. You're also dimensionally inept. You can't visualize, you can't build, and you can't... okay, we're gonna go with Otto, who can't dig. That'll be fine. I suppose. He can do some cleaning or something. In fact, we can go to jobs, and we can say that, Otto, you're gonna be set to do, like, nothing for a second. And then you are gonna just be set to sweep for the time being. That's what I want you to do. And also deliver, I guess. You can't dig, you can build, but... just do those things. Just clean and deliver stuff. Someone's stress vomiting? Who's stress vomiting? You're stress vomiting. It didn't really go everywhere. It could go into our water, though, if we're not careful. So let's get that mopped up nice and quickly. Otto, can you mop? Can we get you to do that? Or is that the same as sweeping? It's difficult to know. I have to imagine that's the same as sweeping. Oh, that's going into the water. That's a pretty major problem right there. That's definitely a pretty major problem. Gonna want to, there we go. Gonna want to get that all cleaned real quickly. Prioritize that. Make it a pretty top priority. Because that is contaminating the water there. Now, a lot of these gases are actually being filtered out through this, which is nice to see. There's a lot of algae up there as well, which is good to see. Research center idle. Open research. Let's get you working towards that, please. No fabrications. We really need to get those fabrications going. So you're going to fabricate that. And you are still not doing anything. Why can't I get you to fabricate stuff? Like, it won't actually let me say that I want to fabricate anything here. I guess we don't need to worry, because we are going for liquid piping at the moment anyway. And that's awaiting a delivery. Now, let's see. Everybody is sleeping. I guess Otto claimed the bed. That's fine. Things are still functioning because of the batteries, which is beautiful news. So we were generating oxygen all night, which is what we want to be doing. We have some researching going on there as well. We have a lot of carbon dioxide. I'm slightly worried about that, but we will be getting the air deodorizer fairly soon, which actually doesn't do what I want it to do. It's something else does that. Where's the thing that... it's the air scrubber. The air scrubber will take carbon dioxide out of the air. So that's what we want. We want to scrub the air clean of carbon dioxide, and we can do that eventually. This thing still isn't really working. Not going to worry too much about it. Food is definitely not looking as nice as I would like it to. I feel like food production isn't very good. So I guess we'll fabricate that for as much as we can. and see what happens. Hopefully we can get more food production going. Hopefully we can find better ways to do food. I mean, admittedly, we could look into the cooking station. We can look at fertilizer makers. We do probably want to start growing stuff in planter boxes. So maybe that's the thing we do. Maybe we try throwing a planter box into somewhere like this. I think we try. I think we try putting planter boxes there and see what happens. And research has been completed, I think. Has it? Gas piping technology and liquid piping. I think it has been. No, this needs to be queued because we are now working on, yeah, intermediary research is what we're doing, which means we are indeed going for sanitation. Beautiful. That's what I want to see. These things will hopefully get built eventually. We can produce food or medicine with these, which is totally fine by me. This is good though, because if we look at research, now that we have piping, we can move all sorts of liquids around the place. Same with gases, technically. We can move all of the gases we want around the place. If we go for percolation, we can purify contaminated water. So in theory, we could purify all of this into regular water. And that is something I'd like to potentially look into. I do like the idea of building like a big water tank and, you know, purifying water that goes into it. That is something I'm kind of interested in doing. For example, we could mine out this whole area over here and say, hey, that's going to be a giant water tank. That's where we're going to put all of our water. But I don't know if that's something I actually do want to do just yet. I don't think that's something I could do just yet, so I don't think we need to worry too much about that kind of idea. I think for the most part... Oh, hello. Someone's stress vomiting. Why are you... Don't stress vomit, man. That's not good. Get all that cleaned up nice and quickly. That's disgusting. It went everywhere as well. Jesus. Oh, someone else. Oh, did one of the toilets break? I think one of the toilets broke. We really need to not let water flow through there, do we? Because it constantly flows down into the water we have down here, which we use for cooking. Which is really, really bad. Really bad that it flows into this. Maybe we should, if we go to base and go and build some tiles like that, that will stop it from getting contaminated. That seems like a pretty good idea as well, so I think we'll do that. We'll go and up the priority on those, so that if someone else is sick, it doesn't flow into the water. That seems like the right thing to do there, to be honest. That really does seem like the right thing to do. So hopefully we can get that done. Hopefully that's going to help things along. We do need to get some sweeping done here. Absolutely need to get that all cleaned. Same with all of that. Same with all of that. There was, someone was having a nice dump there. I think it was Horatio was having a nice dump there. I mean, fair play to him. If he wants to have a nice dump, let him. Now, those have been built. So that's absolutely got to stop the problems we were having, right? I feel like that'll stop any contaminated water from getting into the water that's actually here on both sides. This little bit is already contaminated, but other than that, we're fine. I think we're fine. As for power, definitely seems like these batteries were a good idea. Because, oxygen generation was doing okay. Although I do think we need more of it, so let's go to oxygen. We could throw these algae terrariums in here. But I'm thinking we just want another couple of the deoxidizers, to be honest. So we'll throw one... Oh, there's not a lot of oxygen down there at all. Maybe we throw another... Maybe we throw an oxygen thing there? Just to pump some oxygen around that space. And maybe one there as well. Just so oxygen is being generated a little bit further up. I think that would be a good idea. Then we'll go to power. We'll go to electrical wire. We'll run it up like this. We'll run it across and up like this. And that'll hopefully be okay. Now, there's some stress vomiting going on there. We can totally mop that up. No problem at all. There is a lot of it, though. Jesus, there was a lot of it. Let's go to prioritize. Let's obviously go to 9 and say this all needs to be done. Nice and quickly there. Maybe bring the priority of these things back down to 5 though, so that's where they were to begin with. Priority of these needs to come up as well because I want that construction to be done, so bring those up to a 9 there. So hopefully that'll get sorted. Hopefully we can get these oxygen things sorted as well. Looks like there's a lot of stuff needing mopped up around here too. Jesus. These guys are disgusting. Really, really filthy people. I can safely say I'm not a fan of them. I'll look after them, that's no problem. I'm just not a huge fan of the fact that they keep puking and, for lack of a better word, defecating everywhere. I was gonna go with another word there. I decided not to. I'm sure you can imagine what that word could have been. Because... Oh, for God's sake. Horatio, come on, man. What's got you stressed, buddy? I mean, if we go to furniture and decor, we have flower vases. We have tasteful memorials. I mean... We could get one of those, but I don't think we need to. I think this might help. I think this might be nice, because this area down here is a bit miserable. So we'll get one there, and we'll get one there. We'll get one there. We can't really get one in there. We'll get one there. And that'll hopefully help things along a little bit. Now, oxygen is now being produced over here as well. It's not being produced in this just yet, but there we go, now it is. If we look at the oxygen overlay, things are looking a little bit better, which is good. But one of the research centers is idle. Have we finished this? No. We're nearly done with it, though. We are really close to that, actually. I am a little bit worried, though, that we don't actually have a lot of algae nearby. There's a bit up there. But I feel like we really need to start looking towards alternate methods of producing oxygen, such as the electrolyzer, which will produce a steady supply of oxygen using piped-in water. So I feel like water really is the way to go. And purifying water is definitely going to be something we need to do. We need to purify the water up here, for example. To be honest, I'm kind of tempted to try and get a lot of this water that's contaminated to flow into here. And like flow into there as well, so it's all in one space. That doesn't seem like it would be a terrible idea. So we might want to do that. We absolutely might want to do that. Although, ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually going to leave it there for today. I'd say we've done some pretty good stuff. We're up to cycle 15 at the moment. This guy, I think, wants some decor. We're going to be working on that, buddy. Don't you worry. Mealwood seed. Seems like a good idea. So plant some of those. Plant some of those. We probably want to get an oxygen-rich environment to go ahead and grow all of this, which I guess this space sort of is. But to be honest, we probably want more. Either way, I am going to leave it there for today, ladies and gents. So, oh, someone was just sick. Yeah, they're constantly being sick in this room. Can safely say I'm not a fan. Either way, like I said, I'm going to leave it there for today. So thank you, kind of, for watching. This has been Oxygen Not Included, Part 2. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.